Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, October 23rd. It's 3:44 p.m. It's about 16 minutes before the regular session close. On my right is my computer clock. You can see the date and time here. On my left is the time in sales. The Emini S&P currently trading at 2742.50. It was quite a day today. Extreme volatility in both directions. If I scrunch up the chart, this is a chart of the DAX, so the market sold off hard. The DAX gapped down, sold off hard, and then rebounded, kind of like the U.S. market did. In any case, the 3-minute DAX chart came through again. This has been really consistent since I've been plotting it, and today was no exception. It started off with a loser and drew down about maybe 700 or 350 per contract, but then it recovered nicely on this next trade and then came up and hit its goal of 3,000. I've been adjusting the goals on these, and it looks like it had more to go here on this long rebound. So, but 3,000 is reasonable in this volatility, probably a little on the high end, but still really nice trades here. Only a couple of losers, and they were relatively small, and this ended up hitting its goal with no slippage. Okay, next is the Emini S&P in a 987 Heikin-Ashi tick chart, and this had a couple of losers to start, drew down about 750 or 375 per contract, and then came back and recovered all the way up to 2537, and the goal on this is 2200, so nice positive slippage at the end. Okay, the 34 Heikin-Ashi on the DAX was extremely volatile today, drawing down about 700 per contract, or 1400, but then recovered completely to come up and looks like it hit its goal eventually. Quite a lot of trading on this chart today. The markets were really volatile today. So the goal on this was 3350, and it came 2/3 of that. So made a decent recovery in spite of all the trading that it did. It actually made an equity high of about 3,000, just shy of its goal, and then finished at 2375. Okay, the Nasdaq on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart did 2,085 in what looks to be some less volatile conditions. Still a fair amount of trades, and drawing down about 1,600 or 800 per contract, but then recovering all the way to 2,085, and our goal on this is 3,550, so shy of its goal, but still a nice recovery. And you can kind of see how the market's traded today. It was kind of hard down, and then obviously short covering. Okay, the DAX on the 233 Heikin-Ashi chart hit its goal in 2 trades, and we probably have a goal of 2,000 on this one, 2550. So shy of its goal, but didn't trade again after this. So more desirable trading activity on this chart with only a few trades. Okay, same story on the DAX 150 Heikin-Ashi. Really volatile conditions, drawing down over 1,000 per contract, and the goal on this is 3250, a loss limit of 2500, so we didn't get stopped out, and then it recovered to finish at 1787.50. Okay, a little less volatile on the Crude 7 tick. Drew down about $500 or 250 per contract, but then came back with this really solid short trade and brought us up to 1500 equity high, and then another small winning trade allowed us to finish at 1800 for the day. The goal on this is 2000. Okay, next is the Dow on the 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart with a higher time frame filter of a 60-minute chart. And this is pretty interesting, using a 60-minute chart as the higher time frame filter. It appears to work pretty well. The drawdown on this was about 300 per contract, or $600, and there was some volatility here, but it didn't trade that much, and then ultimately finished at 1170. The goal on this is around 2550. Our very consistent Emini S&P on a regular 5 Renko chart. This is the one trading 2 contracts. We plot 2 charts. One's 2 contracts, one's 3 contracts. This one has a 750 goal, so obviously we had some strong positive slippage here as it finished at 950, and you can see the 2 trades here. Okay, the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick. This one is trading 2 contracts, and the goal is 1,050, so the higher time frame filter worked pretty good in this case, Super Renko 6, as it only had a couple of trades, and ultimately finished at 875. Okay, next is our Emini S&P Super Renko 4 tick with the 2 tick other time frame. This has been pretty consistent and drew down very little, only about 100 per contract, and then came back with these winners to do 1125 for the day. The goal on this is 750, so really extreme positive slippage on this chart. So the DAX on the Super Renko 8 tick, I increased the P&L on this one just to kind of see what it would do if I just let it trade. I raised it to 5,100. I previously had it at like 750. So interestingly, it made an equity high of about 2,500 here within an hour and a half of trading, and tested that equity high, and it was kind of all over the place today. A lot of volatility, as you can see, and it finished ultimately at 475 for the day. So once again, the balance between, it's really not desirable to have a chart that would trade this much. So going back to the beginning of the chart, its first equity high was 2,500, and that was only on half a dozen trades, and this is what you want. So a more reasonable goal would be, like I had it before, pretty low, or probably less than $2,000, $1,000 per contract. That's all for today's video. Thank you.